Coming in here all blazing saddles, Rex Thompson, like you're all badass and whatnot. What are you going to do? You want to fight right now? You want to fight right now?
Me? No,
I'll fight you right now, bitch.
Oh, what?
Why are you go?
Why are you being
Let's
crazy?
go.
What are you being crazy
I've
for?
had a cup of coffee. You want to go? That's all I need.
You gotta lay off the sugar and caffeine, man.
There's no sugar in my coffee.
Look at you. You eat a lot of sugar.
You know what I've been doing lately?
What have you been doing, man?
I've been drinking my coffee black because I'm trying to be more like you. You like your coffee black.
I'm cut down to maybe a cup a day, but I drink a lot of water. That's mainly what I do.
How much water a day? Do you know?
It depends if I'm training or not. It depends on, I do my normal couple gallons a day or at least a gallon. Yeah, because, dude, I'm super active. I do a steam sauna every single day.
Oh, there you
go. So,
you'd be like badly dehydrated if you didn't do that.
Yeah, and if I get dehydrated, then I get gout. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but when you get hydrated, it causes gout flare-ups too.
When you're overhydrated
when
or
you're dehydrated?
Dehydrated.
Yep. Because when you flush your system with the water, that's why I do the steam saunas and stuff.
Yeah.
It's to flush the uric acid out of my body.
Dude, thank you for coming in here. I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks for having me, man.
Fly the Wall Productions, Aired Out Podcast, live on Main Street, streamed everywhere you get your podcasts.
Super cool banner you got there.
Barrie, Vermont. Yeah, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I just bought this. I just picked it up. It was like $500. I don't know.
Perfect.
It was yeah.
No, that's great.
No, that looks fantastic, dude. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah. You hang on just one sec. I'm actually okay.
It's coming. It's coming. We've got our banner on order too. Listen, we have a lot to get to this morning. A lot to talk about. The Battle in Barrie 13 is almost here. May 25th at the Barrie Auditorium. Before we get all rough and tough and get the testosterone going and start beating the shit out of each other this morning on the air, I wanted to ask you on a softer side.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this little girl, Rosie, who created this message? Happy Good Day.
Who's Rosie?
Rosie is this 9-year-old girl.
Is she Asian?
No.
Okay.
She basically wrote this on the floor at her house.
That's super cool.
And her parents took a picture of it, and they copied the font, and now they're making shirts and T-shirts and hats and pants and sweatpants and everything. And they're giving a large portion of the proceeds every month to a different charity. They pick a different charity every month.
That's awesome.
She's 9 years old.
That's great. You got to teach your kids. I don't know, man. We don't. You got to teach your kids that hustle. You got to teach them, not to be that working ant.
Yeah.
Buck the system.
Yeah.
Don't do what the system tells you. Do not. You know what the real American dream is right now?
What is that?
Work your ass off, pay all of your debt off so the government's not responsible for it, and then retire in poverty.
Is that it right there in a
That's
nutshell?
100%.
Okay.
So my guys that work for me, I'm a pretty cool boss. I really am. But
I'm sure you are.
My guys,
although I wouldn't want to work for you.
Yeah. I can be snappy sometimes, man.
No, I wouldn't want to work for you because you'd be like, JD, I told you to put screws in this. You put nails in this. What do you know the difference? That's why I wouldn't want to work for you.
The biggest thing is how I retain my employees and is I treat them like human beings. When they call me up and they're like, hey, I need today off, I don't harass them. I don't ask them why. They're a grown-ass adult. If they need a day off, take a day off.
Sure.
I don't care what it's for. If it's a mental health day, you need it, you take it off. Okay. It's your paycheck, not mine.
Okay.
So, and I tell my guys, hey, this is it. You don't kill yourself every fucking day. You want to go on vacation, you want to go somewhere, do it. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't be like my parents who threw me out of the house at 17 years old to make it on my own.
Is that what happened?
Well, yeah. I turned 18 at Fort Benning. I ran away from home when I was 16. But
wow.
They worked their entire life just to get to the point where they were at retirement age and my mom died. She never got to go anywhere, never saw anything, didn't get shit. So why? Why would you do that? Why waste your life? We have one life here. Sorry. I'm not playing that game anymore. I'm just not.
Rex is the owner of Barslow Construction. So but shouldn't we have more bosses like that though in this world?
You know what? People are forced to be that kind of boss at this point because there's not enough workers out there right now.
Yeah.
There's not. So you can. The days of being an abusive boss and paying somebody $12 an hour to pick up shit are long gone. So it's forcing you to be a decent human in order to keep employees. That's all. Or employees are going to start doing their own thing.
I hear you, man.
Lots of opportunity out there.
Tell me, you decided that you were going to start podcasting from your house.
I do, yes. I've slacked on it because me and Brenda have been traveling, talking about that. Me and Brenda have been just...
You were just down at Mohegan Sun.
I was down there for the bare knuckle fights. I was down there talking with Dave Feldman, the owner of Bare Knuckle. Yeah, not a bad dude. It was a fun little show.
Okay.
It really was. But yes, I will get back on. I'm going to get back into that. Right now, it's fight week, so you'll probably start seeing my podcast, and we do them on Sundays. We always do them on Sundays at 8:00. That's when I do my giveaways. But you will see. I might start doing the big spin wheel here this week and into next week. I just got some fight stuff that we're focuses on right now. Plus my business, I have 4-5 jobs going on.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
And it's like construction season, so I can't imagine. You do a fantastic job with your podcast. You do a great job.
Thank you.
You always have. You're very fluid. You got a lot to say. There's always something coming out of your mouth, and there's a lot of content there. It's very informative. It's great. It surrounds the fighting community. Martial arts. Self-defense, all of this. You've had, of course, we're going to talk about the battle in Barrie 13 here in a little bit, but you have all kinds of people, all different walks of life who come to you or Lucas or Granite City MMA, walk through the doors, maybe observe for a little while.
I don't let anybody observe.
Nope,
I force them to take their shoes off, come in and be part of it, man.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. I just did it to, Tracy Haynes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they come in. They have a whole group of them.
Tracy and Bill?
Yeah, Tracy and Bill.
What?
So they
Giroux General Transport?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
All of their daughters train with us.
I did not.
All of them. There's a whole group of all the little girls. I love them. They're great. They're absolutely great. And
I did not know that.
No, so they're homeschooled. So they're physical. This is part of their physical education. Yeah. I'm related to him too. Well,
What?
Brenda is. Yeah. He lives in
They're one of our sponsors.
yeah.
Giroux General
So
Transport.
where they live,
Yeah.
that was Brenda's aunt and uncle, Uncle Doug and Aunt Jan Manning.
I never knew that.
I was so scared of that old lady back in the day. She was the nurse at Berrytown School, and I remember when I first met Brenda and she came in, I was like, oh. She's like, what? That's my aunt. She's so sweet. I was like, no, she isn't. She's super mean.
She ever spank you?
No. I'm surprised that she didn't smack the shit out of me. I always thought she was gonna. But dang. And then I met her, outside of school as an adult, and she was just a super, super sweet lady.
But seriously, you have people that come to you, no matter their sex, no matter their weight, no matter their age.
There's our school is a judgment-free. Absolutely, 100%.
There's some people that come in there and they're like, I don't want to be a fighter. I just want to do some cardio and some kickboxing.
99% of the people in there, that's what they are. So we have 80 to 100 people a day that go through the gym, and out of that, I think there's 7 fighters. 7.
Wow.
So most of the people are there for, and it's not just learning self-defense or anything like that, but sometimes it's just the social aspect, being around other people, and because what else do you have for social at night? You Gustos. I mean,
right.
You can go to the bars, but there's not a lot of other things, and so it's a lot of fun. That's where I spend my nights.
I know you do.
Instead of the bar.
You spend a lot of time at Granite City MMA.
I do. Well, I am actually kind of like the ambassador of Granite City because I train there and I'm one of the ones, me and Will White.
He's
we
amazing.
Travel,
I like that guy a lot.
I do too. We travel everywhere. We go to gyms all over the place. Every time I travel somewhere, I go to the gym. Same with him. He's been to Thailand. He's been to Henzo's, Tom DeBlas. So we do. I've been down to Jiu-Jitsu with Nick down there. I was just over at Ed Anthony's or Professor Scissorhands. So, yeah, I love it. I love to go to another gym. I learn from everybody. I really do.
What's up with Sophia? We're trying to get her in here.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now. I had one of the proudest moments last night. So I've been out, and Sophia took over my classes for about the past week and a half. I was out of town. I had to go pick up my in-laws. It was crazy past couple weeks. So I go in there and I don't want to take it right back over and switch things up because she had a good curriculum going on. And I was like, I'm going to observe. I want to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around the room and there's probably, 20 kids in there. And Sophia's sitting down and her brother they're demonstrating this move for all the kids and everything. And I remember thinking to myself, I can remember teaching that exact same technique to Matthew and Sophia when they were that age of all those little kids sitting on that mat right there. And it was just such a, to watch it all
evolve,
come around.
Yeah, full circle.
And that's one of the things we went in there yesterday and Luke, our kids class is free. We don't charge for that, right?
No, I know that.
So Lucas went in the back yesterday and he pulled out Granite City rash guards and t-shirts and gave them to all the little kids there yesterday for free.
Oh my God, dude.
Then we invited them to the show so that they can walk out with Sophia
I'm showing
during her fight.
I'm just showing pictures here while you're talking of just you and just different shots from your Facebook page.
That's awesome.
But isn't that amazing though?
It is.
It's amazing.
It really is. I used to chase competing and stuff like that. I wanted to compete. I wanted to prove myself in jiu-jitsu, and I've really, really gotten away from that. I enjoy having an impact on a kid versus breaking someone's arm at this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sophia has come such a long way in such a short period of time, and we were hoping to get her in here this morning, but it didn't happen. We're hoping that it'll happen at some point. But
so
look what she did the last.
But wait. She has a really, really good excuse on why she's not here. First of all, I'm not going to mention any names, but there's a couple victims of sexual abuse, and her and Lucas took this lady and her child on to give them free lessons because they're scared that when the perpetrator gets out of jail, they're going to come back after them. So that's what Sophia's doing this morning. That's why she couldn't be here.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the stuff we don't talk about.
What happened last time she was in the cage up at the Barrie Auditorium? It was unbelievable.
So we had a couple different opponents and opponents dropped. We had a lot of problems, and then we had a lady that had a couple fights. She was older. She wanted to get some more fights in, and she decided to fight her. She actually is a cancer doctor out of Pennsylvania, and she flew up here, and she was on a winning streak, and Sophia knocked her out. But it was a incredible head kick. She slipped off an angle. She made adjustments in between the rounds. Lucas told her exactly what to do. She did it to a T. She knocked the lady out. Kudos to that lady because I've been in the cage with Sophia and she almost broke my fucking arm. So I had to punch her in the face to get her to let go of me. And then she continued to keep on going after me, even after I blasted her. I didn't mean to blast her. I was just trying to back up and create some distance. And she shot in at the same time, and I hit her right in the face. And I felt horrible at first. until she didn't let up. So to go against these kids at our age,
Yeah.
man, come on, there's no.
Some of them aren't even 20 yet.
No, her brother, he's an insane kickboxer. I've tried kickboxing that kid, and I'd run my mouth the whole time, and he'll knock me down, and I'll keep getting up, just keep running my mouth.
Wow. What about Big Ed?
What about Big Ed?
How's he doing?
Big Ed's doing good. He's breaking windows on my job sites, being mean to everybody.
Yeah.
But that's Big Ed.
We've been trying to get him in the cage here for quite some
He's
while.
injured.
Yeah.
We're hoping August. He'll be back in August because we're going to bring John Pena back. Ed, Chris are all going to fight in August.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be a great card in August. I'm super excited about this card just because of the production and the setup and what we're doing a little bit different this
I want to
time.
ask you about the production this year, but tell us about the card this year. I mean, we all see the sign right on Main Street for the Barrie Auditorium and what's coming.
Yes.
But tell us about it.
So the headline fight is
Braveheart.
Yeah, Bruce Richards. Bruce Richards has, 55, 60 amateur fights. He's been a local guy around here for a long time. He fought down. I went down and I cornered him when he fought for Combat FC on UFC Fight Pass. He's been here around for quite a while. He's going to fight another guy that's similar to his record age, Jason Rowe out of New York, and they're going to do a small glove Muay Thai fight, professional. And that's the headliner. Then we have UFC fighter Felipe Silva, who's bringing his team, and they're the co-main event. Derek Patterson is going to be fighting Kyle Kaler out of Duff Homes out of Western New York.
What do we expect?
An awesome show.
I bet. I bet. How do you get these fighters, Rex?
We bribe them.
You got local fighters, but you also are bringing in some big names, man.
We fly them in. We pay them good. The pro fighters, we probably pay more than most promotions just to get them up here because it's small town. So we pay a lot of money to get these pros up here, so to give our fans a really good show.
And you bring them here. You put them up in hotels.
Well, Felipe, I'm not going to tell you where it is because I don't want people up there fucking with him.
Yeah.
But I got him an Airbnb on a lake for him and his team.
Jesus.
Local guy here, Sean Lindley and Shelby Wickham. It's her husband. So they rent me the Airbnb and I get it for their team. And they get to stay up here in Vermont, and it's Memorial Day weekend. They get to stay the whole weekend, and,
Wow.
Yeah.
Chris Pearl.
Yes.
What's the deal with him?
What do you mean? He's a fucking stud.
Yeah.
That's the only deal with
Is
him.
he on the card?
No, he was injured. He got injured in a grappling tournament. He was on the card. He got injured in a grappling tournament at the Granite City Open. He got knee barred in the finals.
Saw that.
Yep, that happened.
I was there when that happened. Is he all right?
Yeah. Yep. They did X-rays on it, and he had a bone bruise. You could actually see it on the X-rays. It was
Really?
wild. Yeah.
Which can be worse
That's what they said.
than a break.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but he's almost fully recovered. He'll be good for August.
How did you guys get Gamma?
So, the way the sanctioning works here in Vermont, you got to be a licensed Vermont official. We tried to do it with a whole bunch of independent people. We had a show, and we had a professional small glove Muay Thai. We had Sammy Mongonia up here. He's had over.
Sammy's amazing.
Yeah, Sammy's had over 100 Muay Thai fights. And so the officials we hired didn't understand the rule set. And it was horrible. It was really bad. The fight went to Sean Schubert. It got overturned to a no contest. Schubert retained the title, but it was still a no contest. So we had to start looking, and we went and we found the best sanctioning body for
That's super
Muay Thai in
fighters.
the world. They officiate at one. They do the Warriors Cup, K4, Utica. They do all of the major Muay Thai shows. So I got in contact with the founder, Justin Brown. He got me in contact with the regional director, Thomas Kilkenny. And from there, everything's history. Everything's been running real smooth with them. They come in, they bring the judges, they bring the refs, they bring the inspectors. And, they're professionals. What a lot of people don't understand is when judging a Muay Thai fight, it's not the same as judging an MMA fight.
Right.
It's actually different. And I felt bad. I remember after learning the judging criteria for Muay Thai, I remember reaching out. I think I reached out to Mike Hannon and I said, "Hey man," I said, "when I was in Rutland, Vermont, I was a judge and I judged a fight against your guy and your guy lost. And you looked at me like I was," and I was like, "I don't know, that other guy had all the forward pressure, yada, yada, yada." And I said, "Now that I understand the criteria, I fucked your fighter." And he's like, "Thank you for making that phone call." He goes, "It's amateur." And he goes, "It doesn't matter because your record doesn't count once you turn pro." But he goes, "I appreciate you making that phone call."
Wow.
Yeah. So, we've learned, and this has been a learning process for me and my family.
Your family, who you always say they are the meat of Donnybrook Fight Promotions.
Yeah, they're doing.
The
I do a lot of the matchmaking, reaching
Right.
out, stuff like that. That's because I make the connections when I'm either at other fight promotions or I'm traveling to gyms.
Yep.
So that's how I make my connections.
Yep.
Is I'm not just a promoter where I call people up and I have no rapport. I have to try to build a rapport over a messenger.
Yep.
A lot of times I'll go right to your gym and I'll roll with you. And I tell people this all the time. When you're on the mats or you're sparring, you're doing combat sports, the mat, the cage, the ring
Yep.
never lies. You can tell so much about a person during a live sparring session. And there's never any words, but you know if somebody's malicious, you know if they are weak, you know if they have a lot of heart, you know it all. In 5 minutes, I can figure everything out about a person just by sparring or rolling with them.
Wow.
Yeah, 100%.
Ben Fields with us. Good morning,
Benny.
pal. How are you, buddy?
You said you had the meat, now you got the potato. Here he is. What is
man.
up this morning in Barrie, Vermont, gentlemen?
My man. Brother, you're in New York now. You're getting ready to head
Tell
to
him his head
Vermont.
looks like a baked potato.
Are you gonna stand for this, Ben?
It's Rex Thompson, bro. My check's got to cash before I can stand for it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Ben, how did you get introduced to Rex, and how did you get involved with Donnybrook Fight Promotions and all this insanity up here in the Granite City?
So Rex, just like he said, he goes to other promotions. He's out there. He's working them streets. And I met him at a show I was working prior. Developed a relationship with him. Kind of checked in on Brenda through her battle with breast cancer here and there. And just, you know what I mean? When I had left the one promotion that I was working for and I had ignorantly pledged loyalty to them, I had kind of put myself out on my ass, per se. It was one of those, the Cody Rhodes finish your story, man. I went from undesirable to undeniable. I found my spot in Barrie, Vermont, made myself at home, and now you guys can't get rid of me.
Tell us about your podcast.
I mean, what about it, dude? It's a live shit show. And
all the calls.
we haven't announced this yet, but we are back tonight. I had a equipment malfunction. My microphone, God rest its soul, is no longer with us, so I had to go drop another $100 on another one. We will be back up and running tonight with a Donnybrook Thursday edition of all the calls. As far as the show, my passion really lies with learning about these fighters and watching their story unfold. So, like, a lot of people have these podcasts and they're trying to get to 1 million views, man. I just want to get to know people, and I use that as a vehicle to learn about these fighters and to kind of give them an opportunity to tell their story. If it does 10 views, if it does 10,000, if it does 10 million, whatever. I'm glad that I got an experience to sit down with some of these people and talk. Like Hannah Ross, for example, an incredible young athlete. I learned so much about her with her sit down, and you know what I mean? I feel like I made some friends for life in this business with that show being a vehicle to that. I don't know if that answers your question or not. But.
What was one of your? Of course it does. What was one of your most favorite moments up at the Barrie Auditorium? Was it Sophia Hayes getting that kick to the head and the whole crowd getting up on their feet, or was it something else?
That was a good one, but if you want, for me, a moment that really defines what it's like there in Barrie, Vermont, you have to go back to February of last year and watch Sean Schubert and Keegan Hornstra. That knockout there.
That was wild.
That is the one that, to me, like, I mean, 1A, 1B between the two of them. They're both incredible knockouts. But the small glove Muay Thai title on the line, there was a lot of stakes to that fight. Keegan having to overcome some groin strikes. Like, when it came to Sophia versus what's her name there? I think her name was Heather. That was just one-way traffic the whole time.
Right. Yeah, the Schubert fight and Hornstra, that was a good back and forth. And Keegan, same thing, made those adjustments coming out into the second round and got him with that uppercut and slept him. That was exciting.
That to me is the best performance Keegan Hornstra put on in his entire career, in my opinion. That might not mean shit to some guys. Your mileage may vary, but to me, that is the most important performance and best performance in his career. And one of the ones that really highlights the spirit of Donnybrook Fight Promotions, considering it being one of the few places you can go and participate in small glove Muay Thai.
If you enter small glove Muay Thai on Google, that's the very first thing that comes up.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It's been on the top for quite a while now.
No shit. Are you...
Hey, first of all, bringing up Keegan, just a real quick shout out for anybody. Keegan's a super mouthy guy, and he always rubs people the wrong way. So this Sunday, for those of you that don't know, he fought John Pena with nut cancer at the last show. He was having a lot of problems with
I don't know.
Yeah, to put it elegantly, Jesus, dude. Like,
yeah. He was having a lot of problems, so we didn't know what was going on. Come to find out, he went and got tests right after that fight. He had testicular cancer. So they're having this is your chance. They're going to do open rolling and sparring down in New Hampshire this Sunday. It's a donation. It's a roll-a-thon and stuff. So you can donate money. You can go down there and participate and punch Keegan in the face or choke him.
When and where?
Ben, where is it? It's Sunday down in New Hampshire. What's the date? Can you look that up for me?
If you give me a second, I will be your Jamie. Just one moment.
He'll get it. He'll get you the address. It's just down in New Hampshire. I would absolutely be there if we weren't already committed to the bike rides this weekend with Donnybrook.
And Keegan hanging up the gloves. Were you surprised?
Yeah. Had no clue. Nobody did, not even his wife.
Man, that walkout, though, in hindsight, that should have been the thing that told us. But the Save the Balls Roll/Sparathon fundraiser is Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Port City Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That is 50 Fox Run Road, Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
There we have it. We're always trying to help people, especially in the fight community. Something that Donnybrook has done and we started doing. Vermont fighters have never had an opportunity to go to a real training facility here in Vermont to get ready. It's always, you're either training out of a jiu-jitsu gym or a boxing gym, but it's never a straight MMA with other professional fighters and amateurs. So what we did is we started sponsoring. It's an open call. It's an absolutely open call. If you're a Vermont fighter, I don't care if you're fighting for Donnybrook. I don't care if you're going out of state. I'm so tired of Vermont fighters not being able to get the proper training in. So what Donnybrook has done is we will, if you're a Vermont fighter and you have a fight coming up, I'll pay for your fight camp at Granite City MMA. It costs me, it's about $500. And the deal that I make with these fighters is you have to show up. I'm going to pay for it. You're going to have to show up. If you don't show up at the end of fight camp, you owe Lucas $500.
Ben, what do you think about all that?
It's definitely a great opportunity for Vermont fighters. You're looking at a state that is still very much in its infancy when it comes to the development of combative sports. And what has really pushed that forward is the existence of Donnybrook Fight Promotions. Let's be honest. I mean, they're helping get these fighters that like Bruce Richards and Josh Walker. Those are the two right now that stand out to me that are enrolled in this program.
Bruce Richards is fighting, and I told his opponent, Jason Rowe, that I was paying for that for him to go to, because I don't want an unprepared fighter inside of the cage. And Jason was totally cool with it. Josh Walker's not even fighting for me. Josh Walker is fighting for my nemesis over in New York.
Oh, there's no such thing as a nemesis in
or
this
whatever
game.
it is. Whatever it is. He's fighting over in New York, and we offered to pay for that just so he could get some MMA, because he's out of a jiu-jitsu gym right now. So I offered him the striking side and the MMA side of it, and he's been coming up and training with us also for this fight camp.
I want to ask.
It's the thing, man. When there's beef, you got to be a vegan about it. Make that shit one-sided.
I want to ask both of you this question. This is Police Week. I think it was last week I heard a story up. I think it was in St. Johnsbury. You know, my memory's hazy now that I'm in my early 40s. About a police officer that got into a scuffle with someone up in the Northeast Kingdom somewhere, and it just kept escalating, and this guy ended up getting the officer's taser and his weapon, and it just one thing led to another, and this officer was just not getting a grasp of control on the situation up there, and it made me think, of course, of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in general. It made me think of Granite City MMA. What do you both have to say about, and please don't hold back here. No edits. What do you both have to say about?
You don't want to hear it.
No, I do, Rex. I do. I do want to hear what you have to say.
Their ego will not allow them to train with us. Is that good enough?
Should we let Ben go first?
Go ahead.
Ben.
I'll give you a realistic answer as somebody who doesn't hate police officers. I could do that. Rex, I don't think, can give you an unbiased answer. I mean, not trying to be unfair to Rex, but I don't think he can give you an unbiased answer here due to his distaste for law enforcement. But a lot
It's
of
not
people
just
don't
law
know this.
enforcement, man. It's all authority figures.
Yeah, okay. I don't see you yelling at the fucking fire chief like that, but all right.
Ain't never made a song that said "fuck the fire chief."
Yeah, the fire chief coming over there and putting out the rape, is he? No, he's not. Like, he ain't bringing a hose to the crime scene.
I have friends that are cops and shit, man.
At New York State troopers are required Phase 1 and Phase 2 academy. And most law enforcement agencies in the state of New York require that. That is a 2-year process. Okay? Rex, about how long does it take to get a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if you're
2 years.
steadily attending? All right. So why is it like, you mean to tell me that you're going to be sitting there jerking off and eating fucking donuts on my dime and not have the motherfucking knowledge to deal with people that can get your taser and get your gun? Fuck that. Your duty is to serve and protect. You get your ass in that gym and you learn how to properly deal with these overpowered, inbred rednecks that live in the areas like I live in.
But that's not what they do. They train with lethal weapons.
Dude, you mean
instead.
to tell me a 6'4" guy named fucking Curtis in overalls is going to throw your ass around just because you got a fucking taser and a gun? motherfucker, please get your
But
ass in there. Learn some
that's
actual skills.
They don't want to roll around on the ground. They don't want to subdue them. It's easier to shoot them. Burlington's changed. Burlington is now training. They're training up at United Fighting Arts Institute.
The escalation of force is supposed to be. You are supposed to come in as a police officer, and this is all stuff I learned in college, learned through technical school. As a police officer, you come in one level higher than what your suspect or whoever you're dealing with in this case is. So, if they're using open hand soft tactics, which are slaps, strikes, whatever, you have to use open hand hard tactics, which are, your elbows, your knees, things like that. And then there's all sorts of different things to the level of force. As I'm talking about this, a trooper's passing me right now. That's kind of funny.
You're on the phone. You're on the phone,
yeah.
Ben.
I'm pulled over right now, and I got an AirPod in, hands-free.
Burlington has started training. Burlington has started training their cops in BJJ. They have an actual the South Burlington Police. I have a training program. They have the whole group of police. It's actually a police officer that teaches it at a United Fighting Arts Institute, and you should see what that's done for the South Burlington Police and how they are able to. So the confidence that comes with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I don't have to escalate a situation. You know why a cop escalates a situation? Because he's scared and doesn't know how to protect himself. I don't have to escalate. I don't have to scream at people. I don't need to assert my authority.
Should Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu be mandatory training as part of the police?
1,000%.
Part of the police academy?
Yes.
No.
The fuck do you mean no? You can't. That's like saying, "Oh, my asshole's dirty," and then taking a shit and not wiping. Like,
because there's two different Brazilian jiu-jitsus. There's sport jiu-jitsu and there's self-defense jiu-jitsu. I think the police should learn self-defense jiu-jitsu. I mean, afterwards, after they learn the basic self-defense jiu-jitsu up to a blue belt, then sure, go ahead. If you enjoy jiu-jitsu, stay on and do sport jiu-jitsu. But going into a sport jiu-jitsu gym and scooting on your ass to take a opponent down is not going to help you on the street.
That would be hysterical, though, to watch a cop pull guard on the street.
Butt scoot across the parking lot.
Pointing his gun with one hand, scooting on the asphalt with the other. Can we make that happen now?
But Ben, you say that a lot of stuff could be prevented if law enforcement had a real understanding of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and ways to de-escalate situations or get out of situations before.
They're going to George Floyd my ass for doing this podcast.
Is that what you're saying, Ben?
I 100% believe that's so. Like, going through a technical school program like a BOCES, I don't know if you guys have those in Vermont, but it's, you can go to these BOCES, junior and senior level high school students can go to these campuses and learn like cosmetology, auto body, auto tech. And the one I went for was criminal justice. And going to one of those as opposed to a college setup, I learned so much more. They actually talk to you about properly conducting police searches and how to go about de-escalating situations. And it felt more like a good educational system as opposed to how we have criminal justice college curriculums built.
But the thing is this is not a theory. This is absolutely not a theory. We know for a fact, 100%, that this works because cities have implemented it already. We had a presidential candidate that wanted every cop in the U.S. to become a purple belt before carrying a gun.
I'm fine with that.
Me too.
I would say purple belt might be a little bit of a stretch. Blue would be fine.
Well, not if you're going through criminal justice and you have to go to 4 years of college. You got plenty of time to go to jiu-jitsu class.
Well, it's 2 years, but not for nothing. Like if we're expecting lawyers who have to deal with the aftermath of these arrests.
That's awesome. 2 years of college, 6 weeks of
years?
class, and I'm going to hand you a gun and tell you to just, don't shoot anyone.
Yeah, dude, and you know exactly who I'm talking about when I talk about the blowhards from New York. One of his kids is a fucking cop. Doesn't that just make you feel all warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum? Oh, yeah, there's a fucking lethal force lawsuit waiting to happen.
Ben, who are you looking forward to seeing the most up on May 25th at the Barry Auditorium, Battle in Barry 13? What is obviously you're going to be doing the calls as you are so good at, man. You're such a pro. But who are you looking forward to seeing the most in that cage?
So there's guys in the co-main event that I have a personal reason for wanting to see that fight. I've called Kyle Kaler's career for a long time. Derek Patterson, he's another guy I've watched fight. So I'm excited to see that one. There's two fighters on this card that, to me, have the weight of the world on their shoulders. Antonio Gutierrez is a guy 0-2 coming in to fight Tim Yank. And this is a guy like, you got to show us something now, bro. You've gone 0-2 in your fights. You're doing a lot of stuff right. But now you've got to do everything right. I think the pressure is on Antonio this time. He has to go in there and get a win. And not only does he have to do it, he has to do it emphatically in a way that reminds the crowd that he's here to not just fight, but to win. The other fighter, obviously, being Sophia Hayes. You've got a more experienced opponent this time around.
More experience. She's a number 3 ranked girl out of Virginia.
Number 3 out of Virginia, man. Test. This is understatement.
You got to go in there and show us that you didn't beat 2 scrubs. You know what I mean? There was some talk that like, oh, well, she just beat up somebody's grandmother. All right, ha, that's funny. I get it. We can make our jokes. The lady was trained. She took the fight. This is a test. This is a fighter in front of Sophia Hayes, and she needs to go out there and perform the same way she did. The last 2 opponents Sophia's fought used 0 lateral movement. I don't think that's going to be an issue this time around. I think we're going to see Sophia tested a little bit this time, and I really look forward to seeing how she handles that. This is a girl that can be world-class, one that could be put in the upper echelons of the sport. She's got all the potential. I want to see her cash in next Saturday. Like, can Sophia Hayes beat her toughest test in Barrie, Vermont on the 25th?
Is Lucas making sure that Sophia knows everything that Ben was just saying?
To be honest, so when it comes to the fighters, because I train at the gym, I stay out of that part of it. I don't go when they're
honestly,
going through.
If I'm sitting here talking this shit as an uneducated fucking man bear pig looking turd, obviously Lucas John is like that shit they covered way at the beginning of camp.
Yeah.
So I don't get involved. I have to keep that part of it. So I teach the jiu-jitsu. I teach the beginners in the little kids class. I teach the fundamentals. Sophia helps me with that. She's one of my assistant instructors. But when it comes to the fight game, the actual competition teams, when they go in their training, I have nothing to do. I don't know what their game plan. I don't know how she's been training. I go in on Saturday mornings and spar a little bit just so I can keep up with my striking. But I try to stay away from the fighter side of it because I don't want to be viewed like.
Talk as a fan for a second. Take your promoter hat off.
Yeah.
And let's talk as fans of the sport, because this is a girl that could, like, if you take the element of pro wrestling and add it to building a fighter, which you see a lot in the UFC, this is a girl that you can have headlining pay-per-views by this time next year and filling that auditorium. That's a straight fact.
I don't know, man. I think it's a slower. I think you're moving a little bit too fast, and people are forgetting that Sophia Hayes just turned 18 just a few months ago.
Well, that's right. I mean, we've had this discussion to where, like, you give her these challenges like this, you build her up. I mean, obviously, you don't like to hear my talk of pro wrestling because I'm just a big fucking mark. But you got to have that element to your matchmaking. Like, all right, what's next? How do we turn this into a story? Because if not, then your fans, they don't give a shit about these people.
Right. If you have a new, absolutely. If you're fans, that's my biggest problem with pro fighters. They'll call me up. They've been fighting for this other promotion, this amateur promotion, their entire life. Then they call me up and they're like, "Okay, I'm ready for a pro fight." Well, my fans don't know you, but you're demanding a bunch of money out of me, and nobody even knows who you are.
Right.
So
what a balance, man, of selling tickets and getting the right fighter in there. What a
yeah,
balance.
if I can't sell tickets to people that want to come see you fight,
sure,
how am I going to pay you?
Yeah. Ben, what do you think of Donnybrook Fight Promotions has just been exploding over the last couple of years. I mean, we're 13 battles now at the auditorium, and now a partnership with Street Beefs, man. What do you think of that?
As much as I want to see that benefit Donnybrook a little bit more, because I haven't seen much shared from the Street Beefs platform. And this is me talking as an independent contractor. I work with Donnybrook. My opinions are my own. But I haven't really seen that, okay, you guys are going to get fights with these legitimate promotions, and that makes you look better. But, like, where are the shares? Like, you guys are boasting all these media followers and things like that. I have yet to see anything come back around to benefit the fight promotions that they're partnering with, because it's more than just Donnybrook Fight Promotions.
Rex, what say you?
I might have missed that.
He's saying that he would
Stony Baloney down in the studios this morning at 10 to 10.
Well, he
Bro,
is not me. He is, but Ben's saying that he wishes that Street Beefs would be doing more for Donnybrook Fight Promotions and
the other promotions, because it's not just Donnybrook that they partner with. Like, they boast this great social media following. They do. They have a very large social media following. They've got a lot of great partners, but now you're getting fight promotions involved to legitimize your operations, and they are putting your fighters on their sanctioned cards. One hand's got to wash the other here. Where are the shares? Where's the things that are going to benefit? Specifically to me, because I work with Donnybrook, I haven't seen anything from this company that is promoting that their guys are going to these cards.
Yeah, they do through their YouTube and their sites, their Street Beef sites.
Could they be doing more though, Rex?
The problem is they're huge and they work with so many promotions, and I absolutely not gonna bitch to Chris Wilmore about not giving me enough exposure or anything like that.
Will they be up here on the 25th?
No. They're down in Tim Yantz will. Hannah Ross will. Hannah started in Street Beefs also.
So did Jason Rowe.
Jason Rowe didn't start in Street Beefs, did he? No, he just fought Jeffrey Demon Monsoon.
But I don't know, man. Like, I think there's more that could be done there I'm not saying like unbiased in an offensive way, but it's somebody that's not involved in the deal, somebody that's just kind of standing around watching from the outside with their hands in their pockets.
I don't know. I disagree.
And I'm going to claim ignorance, man. I'm ignorant to a lot of the situation, but like, as somebody that's watching the build, I have Street Beefs on all of my media sites, dude. Like, I just haven't. I haven't seen much. My algorithm might be fucked up. Like all the people over 50 say that all the time. Like, my algorithm, it's showing me Indian people breastfeeding. Like, I get it.
Are you over 50?
I mean, let me ask you guys a question. Both of you over 50? Does anybody under the age of 45 use those fucking stickers in comments? Nope.
So I disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. Chris Wilmore.
Yeah, you also probably have a 45-second gap between when it says your call has been forwarded to a voicemail and then when you say your name. That's how you also know somebody's over 50. Count the amount of seconds between the automated lady and them saying,
this is fighting
Rex
talk
Thompson.
right here.
Ben needs to lay off the dabs.
Yeah, this is fighting talk right here. Ben, you're gonna get in the cage.
Weed.
You're gonna get in the cage with Rex here. That's gonna be on the card.
What did Dad DiBiase say, man? Everybody's got a price. Send the check.
Ben,
like, I'll get beat up by Rex for a check.
Tell folks how they can catch all the calls.
So we'll be live tonight. I'm trying to get it to work on the Donnybrook pages again. I don't know why it hasn't been broadcasting to the Donnybrook Facebook page, but you can find it on my Facebook page, find it on the All the Calls page. eventually we'll be back on YouTube. And we're going to get up and running with a website. You guys will be able to read results, things like that here shortly. That's an announcement for you. You can chew on that for a minute. Also going to be starting some NBA, NFL coverage, things like that. All the calls is going to literally cover all the calls. So
that's so great. I can't wait to see you on Friday the 24th.
Hey, buddy, I'll be in Thursday night. Maybe Friday before weigh-ins. We'll sit down and finally do that one show we've been talking about getting done for a while.
There you go. Now you can see Potato Head live.
There we go.
There we go.
Bald, beautiful, and in living color.
I wonder if there would be tickets to Ben's hotel room, and and how much those tickets would be.
To Ben's hotel room.
Yeah, just afterwards.
No, I don't know.
I can't, like Cheech and Chong, open up the windows and.
No, he better not. He's up there with Sam Ballard up at the Comfort Inn.
Yeah, they
don't put up with that.
Yeah, no, I know it.
Ask Mark Coleman.
What's the How is the Hammer doing?
The Hammer's doing great. I'm glad to see he's. I think he's going on 2 years sober. A lot of good things happening for him right now. He just saved his parents' life. Did you see that?
I did, and saw the pictures of him in the hospital, and I watch his reels, and he's up in the morning walking his little dog around and wants to kill somebody. What's up with the production at Donnybrook Fight Promotions? You guys had outstanding production last go around.
Oh yeah.
Are they coming back?
Yeah.
Who are they?
SFX Media. Sean Kametz is his name.
Oh, Bruce Richards is tuned in.
Oh, nice.
There he is, right here.
Sorry, I am returning messages at the same time, and
well, we're gonna wrap up here anyways. But listen. Bottom line is, get your goddamn tickets.
Yeah, absolutely. We will be at Sunday. We'll be at Gusto's. You'll see us with our banner for the what is it? The Beth Hemingway ride?
Yes. On Sunday.
So we'll be down there. We'll have a banner over at Wilkins Harley Davidson also.
Oh yeah.
So
they're doing a ride on Sunday.
They are for Barb Wilkins.
Yes. So you'll have some presence out in the community. This weekend.
Yep, absolutely. And then next weekend. So what a cool thing we're doing. It's because it's Memorial Day weekend. We wanted to do something a little bit different. So what we have is we kept our fight count down so that we could have a live performance by Tim Brick.
Yes.
So Tim Brick is coming in to do a halftime show for us for Memorial Day weekend. So let all of Timmy's fans know you can watch the fights. You can come and see Tim. It's going to be great.
It has been stupid too long that I have seen Tim.
Me too, man. He just actually stopped at my house last night.
Years.
No shit.
Like pre-COVID, I think.
Wow.
I mean, it's ridiculous, and it's my fault.
Right.
But I still love Tim. Tim, if you're listening this morning, I'm sorry I've been an asshole friend to you, and I've been out of touch for so long. No, I'm serious. I mean, he's just such a freaking great guy, and I'm so glad he's going to be performing there.
Yep.
Are you paying him enough, or do I have to put you in a chokehold?
Yeah, we paid him a lot of money. We did this before.
All right.
We have done this before, and we paid another country star a lot of money, and I felt like Tim deserved to pull in money also. He's doing the same job that guy did, and
yes, very
deserves to get paid for it.
Pay-per-view.
Yes.
Pre-buy special still on?
I believe so till tomorrow.
All right. I think it's $19.99.
Yep.
Get it at DonnyBrookFightPromotions.com. And make sure to purchase your pay-per-view under a fighter's name that you support.
Yes. Because they get a commission off those sales.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think it's great. Local businesses can sponsor any fighter. Is it too late for that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's getting to be crunch time. Man.
All right. But Battle and Berry 14. Listen, if you want your business logo on their shorts or the rash guards or whatever, all you have to do is get in touch with Donnybrook Fight Promotions. And
absolutely. You can sponsor a fight. You can sponsor a fighter. You can advertise at our show with banners, stickers, whatever you want. We have all different income levels.
DonnybrookFightPromotions.com. That's how you get tickets of $50.
Yes.
Saying, I don't know.
The front row VIP tables are already sold out. I think there's a few second row VIP tables, and those are $400. Seat 6 people. They get catered by the waitresses at Gusto's.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Donnie Tott's going to get cooked up?
Absolutely.
Josh and company?
Yep.
Oh, it's always a good time. Vermont's first sanctioned fight promoter. What a badge, my man. That is so badass. You had to work really hard.
Well, I
this,
did.
with the state
I'm not
of
the
Vermont.
one that started it.
With the state of Vermont. You had to really sit down and look at
and
some
have
of our
to deal with fucking politicians.
and have to deal with politicians and state legislators and sit down at a table with them
Yep.
and sing Kumbaya a little bit. A
No.
little bit.
I made them sing Kumbaya.
But you had to show them that this is a sport. It's done responsibly. It's done with lots of safety protocols. And
That's
it's
why
been-
we bring
and it's been around forever.
right, and that's why we bring Gamma in for that safety aspect. And it's an independent, so nobody can claim that I'm
Right.
messing with the judges, the refs, or anything like that. It's completely independent. I have to go by their rules.
Yes.
I can't bend their rules.
Right.
So they won't do it. They'll scrap the whole card. They have that power.
They have the power to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
and they let me know.
Wow. Saturday the 25th. It's going to be here soon, man.
Yes.
It's going to be here soon. Don't wait on this. Get your tickets. 249-3276. Of course, you can get your tickets that way, but the easiest and fastest way is DonnybrookFightPromotions.com for general admission tickets. Doors at 6. Fight starts at 7. You can get tickets at the door.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Should be a good time. I mean, everybody's out. It's Memorial Day weekend where they're going to be doing the four-wheelers and ATVs, all that stuff. They're going to be out there. What a great, when you get done wheeling all day, you can come and watch the fights, have a few drinks. It'll be a good time.
Sure. Anything else that you want to close out this morning with?
No, I think I got it all, man.
You can beat up Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
What are you gonna do?
I don't
What's
know. I
your
was thinking about throwing him off the top rope.
Do you have a strategy? I mean, what's your plan?
Forward pressure.
Okay.
Fold him like a lawn chair.
Will there ever be a tag team event?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, me and you know what? That's what we should do, Ben.
Can I get in on this?
Yeah, we could be like a triple team. We get up there with Adam Lash. We'll go up there this Sunday and just beat up all the wrestlers.
That's a fantastic idea.
Could you imagine the triple threat of us?
This is the hub of bad ideas. Right here. Right now.
How much fun would that be?
Oh, my God. Thank you, Rex. Thanks for coming in here, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for sponsoring so long
Absolutely.
the Aired Out podcast. We appreciate you. We love you. Our presenting sponsor forever.
I appreciate you too, man.
We'll see you on the. I'm going to see you before then.
Absolutely.
Get Sophia Hayes in here, would you?
I will try.
No, you'll do it.
She's such a busy girl.
You'll do it.
I can't force her to do anything because she can beat me up.
Thanks, buddy. Love you, man.
You too, man. You take care.